HoopSpaces. Welcome to another episode of Wizards Weekly. For your host, Justin Russett. Go ahead and hit like on the video and subscribe to the HoopSpaces channel, man. Amazing content and coverage from all across the league, every team. Just amazing content all across the board. If you're looking for more Wizards-specific content, my channel, @PointWizards. Go ahead, like and subscribe on those videos and that channel. Give you recaps after every game and additional content throughout the season. Now, this last week, the Wizards go 2-2, which I also predicted. I had them losing to Atlanta, losing to Toronto, and getting wins against Toronto and Chicago. The Wizards did split that series with Toronto, but they lost to Chicago and beat Atlanta. So still went 2-2, which is good for them in the standings. The Wizards cannot afford to go anything less than 500 per week moving forward. So hopefully they stay that course. If they want us to make the play-in at this point is what they're aiming for, that's going to be really important. Turn to the standings, the Wizards are currently 10th, parked behind Toronto at 9, a game behind them, and then a game and a half ahead of Chicago and the 11th seed. Now, it does feel like the 6th seed and making a real playoff spot is out of the question at this point. They are 5 games behind Brooklyn, who, while they're on a 3-7 free fall right now, I don't really see the Wizards being able to catch up in enough time. Now, we're going to talk about game of the week and the loss of the week. Starting with the loss of the week that had to be last night, the 116-109 loss to Toronto in overtime. The Wizards fought through a lot of adversity, lost players throughout the game, Daniel Gafford and Denny Avdija specifically, but were able to at least get it to overtime. However, their overtime play only mustering 4 points against Toronto's 11 was really disgusting. Really didn't care for the offense in that one. A lot of iso ball with Beal and not really looking for KP inside the paint or inside the arc at all. Was very annoying. At least they, again, went 2-2. Now, the win of the week had to be the win against Atlanta. Again, did not have that one coming into this week, and it's not because of that. That's the game of the week, but the Wizards did a great job, especially Denny Avdija, shutting down DeJounte Murray. Bradley Beal had his best game in a while, 37 points, 17 of 30 shooting, just efficient. Had several assists, a few boards as well. Kyle Kuzma were off for 28 in that game too. The Wizards, though, and Bradley Beal specifically, really did a great job on Trae Young. Bradley Beal was able to really shut him down towards the majority of the fourth quarter, especially late in it. And although Trae had a couple of chances to win it at the end, the Wizards found a way to shut down Atlanta in that one. So props to them for getting that dub. Now, in terms of this past week in the Big Three, they averaged 67 points, 17 rebounds, about 13 assists. And I think it was like a plus 1.7 or so, plus minus in there as well. 70 is the magic number for them. I feel like with the inconsistency that the supporting cast gives you on any night, and now we have some injury issues we'll talk about in a minute. The Wizards' Big Three really do have to step up. And this past week, there were games where, again, Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma were able to step up. There were times that Kristaps Porzingis was able to step up, but I think as a unit, they have to average at minimum 70 a night to really take care of things night in and night out moving forward, regardless of how easy the schedule is. Now, my player of the week actually has to go to DeLon Wright. I don't think you can give it to anyone else, especially with his plays against Toronto. And this past week, DeLon averaged 12 points, about 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.3 steals. It was just a menace. He stepped into the starting role while Monte Morris is dealing with a back injury right now. He's been out for a while. Not sure when he's returning, although he is getting back to, I think, physical practice, I think, over the weekend. With that being said, DeLon was a menace. What I love from this week is a lot more aggressive on offense. I think those extended minutes, something that plagued him a little bit in Atlanta, and like his motivation in some ways and his ability to really show what he can deliver. Well, there are no questions this week that that might be true because he averaged 33 minutes starting this week. So not only was he in the past he's been the closer, but he's getting real starter minutes, and he's been really productive against Toronto. He was able to really take advantage of his matchups, driving in ISOs and getting to the rim nearly at will. His game of the week, though, had to be the loss against Toronto on Saturday. Put up 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 steals. It was just a menace. And he said he loved being able to play his former team. He really knew their tendencies, was able to take healthy gambles, which he figured would pay off, and they really did. He was just all over the floor, stripping the ball, yanking it from people, hitting open threes. I believe he's 58% from three this past week, over 3 attempts per game. Really love the offense from him. And honestly, this is something where, even when Monte comes back, I think the Wizards do and should have a dilemma on their hands, whether even to put Monte back in the starting position, especially if you're talking about shrinking the rotation for the playoffs or a playoff push. DeLon right here show you he can give you stuff on offense too now, and with what he was already doing, being the most impactful player when it comes to the Wizards' wins and losses this season on the defensive end and the impact he provides there, I think there's got to be at least some debate whether Monte is brought back, let alone how many minutes he plays. DeLon has to get at least, I think, 25 to 28 moving forward because he's earned it, and the Wizards need all the things he can bring. Other than that, the Wizards did make 2 additions this week. They cut Vernon Carey, so they signed the center Jay Huff out of the Lakers G League affiliate. One of the best centers in the G League right now. He might be more of an addition for the Go-Go than he is the Wizards. So we'll see how that goes and if he gets any minutes. And then you add Jamari Bouye on a 10-day contract from the Miami Heat G League affiliate. He's a guy who can, put the ball on the floor. He can score at all 3 levels, defend some, great wingspan. I'm not sure how he fits in the rotation at this point. And with Chris Dunn gone, he might be more of a go-go signing, but we'll see. You do a 10-day, I think you're supposed to play in the league. It feels like he's also maybe Monte Morris insurance, but we'll see how that goes. Other than that, again, thanks for tuning in. Go ahead, hit like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the HoopSpaces channel. Subscribe to @PointWizards, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Be safe. Till next time.